and start recording. There we go. Welcome into the CFCL Season 10 roster preview. We're going to be here for quite a long time, so to quickly get through things, as soon as this is out, I'll send out things like the playbook, depth chart changes, as well as the coaching strategies for those eligible for those from last season. And that's just about it. Under 30 seconds of memo, all good to go. We'll start with Air Force and their roster looking pretty tough this season. Now, something to note is that they have, you see down here, Axel Sun is a 53. It's because his archetype is pure runner. He's a pocket passer. That has to change in the offseason, so he will improve like crazy in the offseason. If I didn't scroll through these guys, you know how fast this stream could be? Honestly, what does... Oh, I guess their height and weight. Scrolling through it, and their first names. Genghis Swan leading the corner room for them. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be a struggling team this season. Akron also not looking that good, but they got Tommy Bozelli, the CFCL quarterback, leading the way. And yeah, marathon indeed. Literally just scrolling through every player and stopping at big ones. Akron, of course, not a team we're watching this season to see how they're going to do. They don't have a user, and they are a terrible team, so we're not particularly worried about how they're going to do. Oh, okay. It seems we froze for a second there, but we got the punter in. Alabama. This is a team to watch. They're number 19 in the preseason, led by Nate Bryant, 93 overall quarterback. And Fitzy Flapjacks, again, one of those guys with the wrong archetype for now, but he'll be fixed. Larry Nye, a 95 overall running back. Some good wide receivers as well. This team looking very complete this season. Didn't get even the chance to sniff the college football playoff. Last season, Alabama was treated very poorly in the AP Top 25. Ooh, some linebacker questions, perhaps. And Abracadabra is there at Alabama. Forgot he was there. What about App State? Stingley, 88 overall quarterback. Not bad. 84 overall running back. App State had a pretty good season last season. The offensive line is certainly not great. Lots and lots of questions on that offensive line. So we're just 3.5 minutes in, and we are already on App State. So 99 speed, 99 acceleration corner for App State. Strong safeties look good. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a fine team, I have to imagine. Oh boy, but Arizona, I'm not so sure. No good quarterbacks, a serviceable running back, 2 serviceable receivers. And again, that 80 overall mark is what you're really looking for, especially at your skill positions for what you want to be your bare minimum starters. 80 overall. Now, you can go down a few, given who you play, your conference and stuff like that, but really those guys that are going to start being an impact player, you'd really like them to be 80. And Arizona just doesn't have very many of those players. You can see that you can see all their 80 overalls pretty much on just this one screen. Now, what about Arizona State? Did they lose their quarterback to the draft? Oh, I forgot about the draft. We'll have to do that too. So we'll see how they can recover. Tobin is a very good running back, very dangerous. Some quick receivers here, and a very complete tight end room. I'm pretty sure they have some CFCL players here on Arizona State, though I suppose I could be wrong. Oh, there he is. Delta Port Side is one of them. He might be the only. Welcome in, Cryo. Boston College, very lucky to be quite towards the start. I was going to say we're almost there, but of course we are. What about Arkansas? Good quarterback to start things off for Arkansas. Arkansas has been in the gutter for quite some time. Good receiver. Not too bad of a roster so far. The defense is a higher overall, but we'll have to check the ins and outs. The defensive line looks good. Arkansas could be a pretty good team. I mean, they got some issues at linebacker, maybe. Lots of kickers and punters on this team. Arkansas State, of course, does have a user coach, and Colin Thibodeau is still the quarterback there, although he has not yet made an in-game coach. Does Arkansas State still have CFCL players? That is the question. They had a couple come through, but I don't know if any of them are still there. This would be so much better with, like, music, I think. Bad, strong safeties. Army, the best players in 86, 82 overall quarterback. Long gone are the Charlie Duncan days, indeed. This team, this Boston College team, is bound for something this season. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself, but they have the team top to bottom for the first time. It feels like it is a complete roster. We'll get to Boston College in just a second. Dax Cruz is a benched CFCL kicker for Army. Junko Jitter's a benched punter. So Army's got the CFCL special teams bench. What about Auburn? They lose their quarterback. What was his name? Newton. Something Newton. Jaden Newton. And in comes Quentin Hale, who looks to just take over and put them right back where they were. 93 overall running back. Great receivers. This Auburn team is very cohesive. They got Griff Bramblejam there, and Quan Cloudjumper, and Golly Gazebo. 3 CFCL tight ends at Auburn without a user coach is very impressive work. That's a very full room. Ball State. Oh boy. Ball State, not a good team, to put it bluntly. I don't really expect much out of Ball State this season. They're coming off a pretty abysmal season. What happened to the sound? Is there no sound? I hear sound. Music. Oh, I muted it because it kind of interferes with the CFCL streams. And so now we don't have music scrolling through the rosters, and it is not great. Admittedly, it's just us with no music. Yeah, yeah, I'm not a fan either. But alas, the sound of constant clicking will guide us through. Anyway, Baylor's got themselves a quarterback. But Baylor has the misfortune of playing in the Big 12 South, which is a very tough place to win if you are not an elite team, because the only other team in there that is not elite, I mean, Oklahoma's not maybe elite, but they're really good, is Texas Tech. It's Texas Tech and then Baylor and then Oklahoma, and after that you've got TCU, Texas, and Texas A&M. So not great. Boise State still got Corbin Thatcher, the CFCL quarterback there. He's up to an 89 overall. But they are down Guillermo Quinones, and they don't have a great replacement. The receivers aren't phenomenal. Coach Wind is here on a technicality. We are going to put the coaching probation list out, and Coach Wind will be on there. And all that means is that if we don't get any action this season, he will be removed from the team. As we have no recruiting, no in game coach, or anything for Coach Wind, actually. Anyway, here's what we're waiting for. The highest player is Micah Turi with the 96 overall, but Redix Palomo is your guy that we're looking for. Generational talent, quarterback, true freshman, taking over the helm as a 92 overall. And Toby Babalu is also there, but he'll never start. Sanders Saldana still on the team. Keenan Kaiser there as well with a little bit more speed. The receiver room is put together. Malachi still there. Billy Bayou is popping off. We knew he would be. Stevie Veazey, that's a fun name, up there in the mix. And Mookie Boog sitting at fourth. Gideon Gold, a true freshman, 85 overall as well. So lots of receivers throughout the next couple of years for Palomo to throw to. And of course, this is that tight end room. Jaquavion Fleet also in there to take over. Maybe two tight ends also in the options. The offensive line looking very serviceable in some areas and elite in others. Defensive line is going to be solid. It looks like defensive tackle, you got Dimitri Holt, 87 overall. Wonder Bread has just never come out of his shell. There's Larry, 88 overall, 5-star linebacker. Look how well this team is put together. Dilly Reed leading the corner room. Doo-Wop Hooligan in there. Jabo Swint is also in there. I mean, this team is just very well put together. That overall is not accurate. This team should be much higher. This is a good squad. Bowling Green. This is a lot of quarterbacks for you. Not a lot to say about Bowling Green. There's really no weakness in Boston College this season. Every position looks very well put together. I'm so excited to see this team try to break out. Okay, well, they have a 97 overall corner here at Bowling Green. I did not notice that with Alexander Stingley. What about you, Buffalo? Buffalo, a very up and down team throughout the seasons. Sometimes they win the MAC and they go, 10-4, 11-3, and then they'll follow it up with a 3-9 season. And if Pablo's still in here, don't worry, we're in the same boat. We will be waiting forever to get to our teams. What about BYU, the team that shut out Florida State? Reggie Gumbo is on the team. Florida State could not score against this team to close last season. Panda will not be getting a bowl reward as well as no coaching strategy rewards because he got 0 out of 5 goals and lost the bowl game. Just very bad stuff out of Florida State's offense last season. Defense was put together, but that offense was buns. California has not been good in a long time, but they did steal Colt Ranger. So we'll see what they can do. Some good receivers. I don't know how many CFCL players they still have over here, if any, outside of Colt Ranger, who they stole from the portal after his freshman year. Heizo Finns actually is on the team. Central Michigan. Oh boy. This is not a team I think about very often, to put it lightly. This team would get body bagged by pretty much every user, as would most of the MAC. That conference is not good. And speaking of teams that'll get body bagged, shout out Charlotte. This team has literally never been good, though they have some offensive pieces this season. I've seen worse, I guess. I mean, the offensive line, not so much, but oh boy. We're off to a rough start. They do have one defensive lineman. And I guess, well, I don't know. Up and down linebackers, the corners are fine. Yeah, I guess it could be worse. This is not the worst team Charlotte's ever fielded. And now here's the big question for Pablo. How does Cincinnati look? 81 overall quarterback to lead. Joy is still there. Receivers are good enough. No tight end. The offensive line is looking to be pretty average, with some good pieces on that right side. Defensive line looks serviceable. No holes in the defense so far. Yeah, so they'll have a pretty good defense. The offense leaves some questions, I guess. And Clemson, a team that's been on the rise. Devontae Council, the freshman quarterback who keeps doing it for them. He's up to a sophomore now. Will Cook is here from Buffalo. All freshman tight end room. Clemson going to be perhaps the team to beat in the ACC Atlantic, depending on Florida State and Boston College. But a good squad here, for sure. Coastal Carolina has been on the downward slope ever since my departure. Travis Domino, the starting quarterback there after Warren Mintz left. Kelton Boudreaux still on the team. Calvin Teal as well. Omarion Randall never really developed as a CFCL guy. Ham Gerber is still there. Hayden Grove as well. Joe Average also and Goose Wobble, both on the team. There's quite a few CFCL guys, of course, still on the team. Some are just departing, and the roster does not complete itself, so to speak. Colorado's got a good offense to start. Do they have the receivers? Indeed, they do. And Adam Viking is there. The offensive line is pretty oh, I take it back. They have one weakness, one really big weakness on that offensive line. But Colorado does not look that bad. They'll probably trudge to, if I had to guess, a 7-5 season depending on their schedule. Maybe 8-4. And staying in the state, here's the Rams. Colorado State, a team that had some good seasons in the past, I believe, and just hasn't really clicked recently. Only in the C's, guys. 21 minutes in. Delaware. Oh boy. 4 fullbacks for Delaware. This team is bad, believe it or not. This might be the worst team we've looked at so far. I mean, Air Force is pretty terrible. Guess we'll see. Duke. That was a really good running back. No quarterback here, though. Duke is just going to have to run the ball all season. They probably won't be very good. Truth be told. I'm thinking, what if we change it up and I only scroll through user rosters? That might be what we do here. Because I don't want to spend all of my day doing this. Let's go ahead and start doing that. So we'll go through East Carolina, and then we'll just do this. Give you time to pause on each one. But this is so much faster. And of course, you'd be like, what if a user takes over? I don't know. Send them screenshots if they really care. I'm just looking for players here. Not so much on these teams, given that they aren't very good. And I can't wait. Win totals will come out soon. Oh, but here's a team. Florida, led by Jalen Christmas. And Harvey Brixius now on the squad, trying to bring Florida back to the glory from a couple seasons ago, but they only have 5 wide receivers on the entire team. That's crazy. Same amount of tight ends as they have receivers. Let me see who has texted. Booger Puddin is on the team. I don't know. I don't have anything to say about FAU. They've been kind of a nothing squad more recently. Just kind of average. Oh boy, and even more so FIU. FAU's had some splashes here and there. 9 wins. but FIU has not. FIU is bad. Florida State, led by the freshman Dipsy Waves. Armando Jablinski, the highest overall quarterback on the team. Do they go with Jablinski or do you rock with Hush Puppy, who preserved his red shirt last season? Or do you put in DJ Ukulele? That is the question. King leading the charge. Walker Stride still on the team. He's been there forever. Jaco Flacco, leading receiver. George Obasuyi, the 5'7" receiver. Sheriff Outlaw, Olakia Kahala is there. Johnny Drizzle and Sammy Waters. Good tight end room. The offensive line did not answer a ton of its questions. Choo Choo is very good. Ballista Bautista, senior, 93 overall. Good linebackers all around. That is the stars of the show. And Mojo Dojo didn't turn out to be all that good. Dipsy Waves, though, this guy, that is a player. Wimbo Hickey still second in the string there. I guess Jabari Bettis is your starting strong safety. Jax Taylor up to a redshirt junior. And Kansas still the starting kicker. Florida State's got a team too. So like I said, Boston College, Clemson, and Florida State are going to be going at it. I don't think Fresno State has had a CFCL player since that quarterback who transferred to Miami. I'm blanking on his name. Howie Dingling is the best player on Georgia. Shout out Howie Dingling. Colby Bitzel is on the roster now. He'll never play here, which is unlucky. Felix Jukebox is very good. Buzz Honeydew. Georgia's getting some CFCL guys. Look, here's Bloxalot on the team. Georgia's up to 99s across the board. If this is not the roster to win a national championship for them, they might never do it. Thomas Cooks is very good, 99 speed, and Adrian Appelt still there. And Howie Dingling, of course. That's a good team. Georgia Southern, I don't know much about. It looks like they have some good players, though. I won't lie. The offensive line is not great. Whoops. Georgia State. This squad is never good. Let's put it that way. Georgia Tech. Here's a user team. Yellow Jackets and Coach Chevalier. Pat White is still the backup to Rocket Launcher, but Rocket Launcher in his final season. Jimmy McIver is still there. That's a good piece to have. He was very good. Des Fandango. 98 overall tight end. He's got some CFCL guys on the line here for them. Jaheim Spears and Isaac Clairvoy both on the left edge. Zebo Blitz and Haas Holloway. He's got some good defensive linemen all around. Lamar Becks, Denzel Coyne at Mike. Onyx Hardstone's in there. Atlas Powers at corner. Maximo McQueen. Lambo's always an awesome last name. Jamie Waffles is at strong safety. And we got brothers here, perhaps, at kicker. And Hawaii does also have a user. For those unaware, Coach Wilson took over Utah, and after just one season said, I think I want out, and went to the Rainbow Warriors. Ooh, Houston, though. Houston's got some good players. Greg Maryland, 95 overall, and Eduardo Bavaro, 95 overall. They should be the Conference USA favorite this season, but it is going to come down to Rice as well, perhaps again, who we'll get to in a little bit. Ooh, that's one weakness there. But overall, Houston's a pretty good team. Illinois. Akiva Sheets is there from Stanford for his senior year. Transferred out of Stanford with Coach Beef Pounder. Ramsey Shamrock playing tight end for them. Got stolen away by Illinois in the recruiting trail. Taken from Florida State. Boingo Whammo. Illinois really put in work against Florida State this season. Stealing some recruits. But I don't have high hopes for them. And speaking of no high hopes, here's Indiana. Iowa, though, Brian Gore, his junior year, Iowa always has such a good offense, but the defense doesn't perform even with high overall players. So we'll see if that can finally change. They're always just getting to 9-3, you know. Finish. Iowa's really a 9-4 team at heart. Iowa State is not. They do have Pat Daniel, who's pretty good, but they also don't have many wide receivers. It's the second time we've seen that. I mean, they're not that bad this year. I've seen worse Iowa State teams, I guess. Oh, the defense, though. Well, the secondary's a little... Well, nope, never mind. We'll see. I don't have high hopes for them. Oh, Jacksonville State is a very low overall. James Madison, led by Astro Stardust now after their previous quarterback won the Heisman Trophy. So shout out to Caspian Mendoza. They'll probably be the contender in their division, despite changing conferences to the American South. Temple and James Madison do not play in the regular season, so the American will truly have a competitive race, I think, and a great conference championship game regardless. Kansas was ranked super high last preseason and just bombed because they didn't have a quarterback, and they still don't. But now they have Zeke Ripsaw, who they took from Tulsa. Good receivers. I mean, they have a pretty solid roster and a really good offensive lineman. There he is, Percy Donahue. I've seen worse teams than Kansas. Lots worse teams. I think with a user, Kansas could actually do something. But we'll see. Kansas State had success last season. We'll see if they can replicate it without Amani Agadosi at quarterback. In comes Cardale Samia. Good free safety. We'll see if they can replicate success. My guess is going to be no. Kennesaw State. Junior Flippo's there. I think he was balling last season for a little bit. Maybe he wasn't. Again, just one of these teams I don't have much commentary on. Kent State. Oh, this is the lowest overall team we've seen so far. But I actually expected worse. I mean, they're not good, but they have some players just here and there. I mean, they have a few players I would start, probably. Oh, Kentucky. Led by Kaliak Maverick. What to do? Except lose. That is what they do. Speaking of losing, shout out Liberty, but they do have Dwayne Stingley, good running back. Will it be enough? Probably not for the defense. Yeah, it's just not looking good. They have no strong safeties on the entire team. Oh, Louisiana, what do you got? Pretty solid team here, actually. And I think they have a user now. If I'm correct on... Oh, no, that's ULM. My apologies. ULM's got themselves a user. So we'll scroll through this. Oh. They got some defensive issues here, though. Despite having a good quarterback wide receiver duo, 99 speed. Louisiana Tech, always good, not great. Trayson Cano is still there. But Louisiana Tech will never do you dirty. You're usually pretty solid to, like, if you were to, like, try to bet on a team that's going to make a bowl game, this is probably your squad. Oh, but Louisville, up 16th in the preseason top 25 is crazy, and it all has to do with Tyrion Latimer. If D'Angelo Goldwire can do his part, this team could be pretty good. Latimer looks very good. They got some good receivers in here. Good tight end. The offensive line is like not good. But the defense looks solid enough. It's got some ups and downs, but I'm not going to say they're crazy. But this is a solid squad. What about LSU, led by Leonard Carver? Excuse me. After the departure of Jack Frost. Marshall. I'm just going to say the team name when I have nothing else to say. Marshall's bad. That is what I have to say. Marshall is poo-poo doo-doo. Jinx Jangles is there. Forgot about that. Oh, Maryland, what you got for me? This is the 6-6 team right here. Bodie McBean, 93 overall. Cam Twin also there. Couple good receivers. But Maryland really doesn't do anything except go 6-6 and beat Ohio State. That is the Maryland way. Memphis definitely doesn't have CFCL players these days. Once upon a time, they were pretty loaded. These days, they are not. But they got some players still for sure. And Miami is 99s across the board. After going to the national championship and losing to Texas, Schote takes over at quarterback. 94 speed guy. He's going to be pretty dangerous. Axel Armada transferred from Georgia Tech. And he's 80 speed. So they got a slow, bruising guy. And Kyle Reed has been replaced. Kadeem Jameson's still there. And of course, Mario Pepper. Offensive line is still good, as expected. I mean, great even. Defensive line has some big pieces to replace, but I'm sure they'll have no issue. I don't know if I call this a 99 team, but they're pretty good. Again, they'll be in ACC playoff contention. The preseason #1. I just don't know if I agree with that. 91 overall running back for the other Miami of Ohio, or Miami University, I suppose. Or more simply, the Red Hawks. Michigan. Oh, Michigan's a 99 this season. They have really gone up. That's crazy. I still don't think they have their ideal quarterback situation. They are much more of a pocket passing team, but 93 speed, 99 acceleration, 84 or 87 overall. Sorry. He should be able to do his job. Good running back to start. They've replaced Anthony Adebayo. Wide receivers are all going to do what they need to do. But really, I think it's about this defense that we're about to see and the offensive line. I mean, they always have a great offensive line. Let's see. Defensive line looks very good. Linebackers are amazing. Mitch Grimes, a 99 overall. Corners are elite. Safeties are good enough. Yeah, Michigan is going to be pretty good, guys. Michigan State, preseason #5. Not quite that high, but they've managed to beat Michigan a couple times. Jatavion Tuttle there, Greg Watt. Good duo, good receivers, very good receivers. Connor Candelaria still there. Let's see. Middle Tennessee lost a good running back. I don't even remember his name. It was very difficult to pronounce. And I think he did all the heavy lifting for them. Minnesota. Not that bad of a team. They went 8-5 last season. And they got 2 good running backs, good wide receiver. Hilton Trimble, that's a CFCL guy. Mississippi State's always got an offense, don't they? Indeed, they do. But man, you never get much out of Mississippi State. Not these days, at least. They used to be pretty intimidating. Stuart Rosado was quite the quarterback. We'll say that. Missouri preseason top 25 again. They were last season. Sidney Mays is the quarterback. Derek Wimper. I mean, the team doesn't look bad. They just don't look like well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I would have put them top 25. They don't have a reason to be here, but whatever. I am not the committee. Missouri State. Quarterback, and then everything else looks bad. It's pretty grim here at Missouri State. They might be worse than Delaware. Oh, they are. They're a 54 overall squad. This team is doo doo. What about you, Navy? I saw one good player in there. Not playing wide receiver. He's playing tight end. C State, another team that's going to be pretty good. Not great. But that division, I mean, is always going to be somewhat competitive, I think, top to bottom. They don't have any left guards on the team. Maybe it was left tackles and I scrolled by too quick, but I'm pretty sure they don't have a single left guard. But they might pull off an upset or something. We'll see. Nebraska won the national championship and then missed the playoff. Their preseason number 18, led by Clint Terry. Any names from that national title team? Vern Crackerjack was there, but he wasn't starting. Beefcakes is there. I mean, they'll be a pretty good team. They should compete in the Big Ten. Nevada, led by Pepperoni. I suppose this is a user team, isn't it? Off of technicality. He'll be on probation as well. He has not done anything, but we'll give him the chance. River Banks is on this squad as well. Again, this team should be enough to compete for the Mountain West, but we'll see. Last season, they lost their quarterback, which was a huge deal. We'll see if that happens again. New Mexico, I do not have as high expectations for. Although, they really don't look that bad. Yeah, honestly, not that bad of a team, New Mexico. I might not be that shocked if they make their way to the Mountain West Championship game, actually. Maybe they'll be like an 8-4 team, but still. New Mexico State is bad, guys. In case you were curious, this team is bad. North Carolina, they got a 99 overall corner. We'll get there. They made the playoff, of course, beat Texas A&M in the first round, and then lost in the second. They're looking to rebound and do that. Dean Calhoun. 99 and a 96 overall. And a 90. This corner room is unbelievable. Sorry, I just sit there and admire it for a second. That team is, that secondary is crazy. North Texas. I can't give them too much flack because they were a very bad team for a very long time. And then they were not as bad. Um, they have taken a step in the right direction. In fact, they have a 10-win season. Actually, it might have been 11 now, which is something not every team has, including Cincinnati. North Texas has more 10-win seasons than Cincinnati. Oh boy. NIU, Northern Illinois. Not good. They have 3 corners on the team, dude. The secondary is atrocious. Northwestern. Okay. They don't have a quarterback, Garrison Eddy. And they led they led the nation in interceptions last season, and I think it was that guy. Manziel is a running back for them. Shout out Johnny Manziel, but these two wide receivers there that are very good. That will not be enough, but it's worth noting. They could have 2 drafted wide receivers without the quarterback to throw them the ball. Notre Dame, here's a team. I don't know if I trust the offense too much. Von Rosenberg is unreliable. But, excuse me, offensive line looks okay and, well, a little bit weak. But the defense is where they shine. Look at these edge rushers. Defensive tackles are going to work for them. Linebackers look very good. But this is where they shine. The corner room, 98, 92, 92. And then the 98 free safety and a 94. And an 85 at strong safety. It's just unbelievable. Oh, 99 defense. Yeah, that makes sense. Notre Dame should be pretty good. Look at this. Their top, 7 players here are all defensive guys. Ohio. Oh, this team looks bad. Based off of the 56 overall sitting at the top of my screen. Every time I look at these teams, it makes me wonder, how long do you think it would take a user to fix one of these squads? This is not one of those teams, though. Ohio State. Place that Pablo wanted to end up, but could not. He got denied the job, which unfortunately for him, he would have inherited a pretty good roster. And I don't remember who they hired instead. Oh, wait. Maybe I do. Was it Davos? Davos Swinney, I think, was hired instead. Maybe that makes sense. But they are 97, 99, 96. So they're also going to be in that race. And we haven't even seen Penn State yet. We've seen a 90 overall Michigan State, 99 overall Michigan, 97 overall Ohio State, and no Penn State. But we will. And here's Oklahoma. Like I said, this division is just loaded. They're a 92 overall team. And they went 8-5 or something last season. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, they're okay. But the roster's really good, man. They're just bound to lose some games when you play against who they play against. They have some very good players. Like Oklahoma, they would probably, well, the Big Ten has some competitors, so they might run into a similar issue there, but they might be in contention for the Pac-12. Well, USC's in the South. It looks like the distribution is very solid. We don't really have a weak Power 5 conference. ACC's got their guys. Big 12's got their guys. Of course, Big 10, Pac-12, the SEC, I don't know. Maybe they could compete for the SEC West. depending on Auburn and Alabama. Oklahoma State would not do that. Let me go ahead and scroll through this team for our user coach here. I think it's pronounced Menelik, maybe. He has a pretty tough position with his team, but his division is winnable. Just maybe not with the current roster. I mean, it's not that bad. Honestly, not that bad. Old Dominion, what are you going to do now? Old Dominion, of course, loses Quincy Wexler to the NFL. Banjo Fizz is their best player. And that's all they got. They will be very bad again, undoubtedly. Ole Miss. Doug Smith, 97 overall. No good running backs. Good wide receivers, though, especially those top three. We'll see if they can bounce back. Ole Miss, of course, just hasn't been the same in a couple seasons ever since their coach just abandoned them and left them to die after winning a national title. That'd be Coach Orioles or Atomic Swim or Meeseeks or whatever you want to call him. Kaleo Calypso, 88 overall, or Dom De Carvalho, 88 overall. Who will get the start, the senior or the sophomore? I guess we'll just see in a little bit. Cassian Firestarter, of course, still there leading the charge. Huey Sweets up there, the top. Blackjack has gone all the way down to fourth, maybe, but he might be third in the depth chart. That's, of course, something that can be adjusted. And Tobin, the dude from Cheers. There's a lot of CFCL guys on this team. Although Graves is a 91. Wally Wexer's on the team. Lamone Squeezy. Brian Britt's not a CFCL guy, but he's just a baller. Brock Lugnut is, and he's also a baller. Lano Molina, Tyrell Luckadoo, but they're pretty buried in the depth chart. Russ Cloud still there. And yeah, that's Oregon. They'll be a pretty good team again. Of course, made the national title a couple seasons ago, and then weren't able to do anything with that. Kai Takashima is at Oregon State. Don't know why I'm scrolling through them. This is not a user team. They're also not a very good team, and they haven't been in some time. It'd be fun to see a good Oregon State squad, but that's just not meant to be. They have 4 kickers and 4 punters, dude. What are we doing? Penn State, they're a 95. Okay, so let me get this straight. There are 3 teams in the Big Ten East with 99 overall offenses. Is that not crazy? George Barnes is the quarterback there now. Warlow is going to be their running back with 99 speed. Pip Swayback is also there to back him up. Good receivers. Deacon Atwell still there and balling. Like, unironic, 99 overall right tackle and a 97 behind him. How do you balance this division? The Big Ten East is unbelievable this season. That's going to be quite the race. They're going to be like 4 teams from the Big Ten East, the favorite to win the conference, and then like Nebraska at 5th. Anyway, Chauncey Welsh here for his final season with Pitt. Okay wide receivers, but Bobby Bixby is there. And Rusty Spoons as well, both seniors. See if Bobby Bixby can do something for Pitt, who's in the top 25. Another team that you can always kind of expect to be pretty good, 8-4, or maybe 9-3, but not really a 10-2 type team. Oh, Purdue. Purdue. Purdue has East and Southpaw still. That's about it. Not looking good. Rice, dude. Rice has Louis Choice. Um, excuse me. And an okay running back, but they'll stand out here in just a second with a 92 overall wide receiver and a 99 overall tight end. I don't know where Rice finds these players, but they keep doing it, and they are determined to win Conference USA and take over the conference and make the playoff and then get bounced, but make the playoff. Rutgers had a miracle season not too long ago, and then that was all we got from them. Odin North Star still there. And usually you root for the Cinderella in CFCL, but not Rutgers. They were just a terrible team and unfun to watch, so you hoped they lost so you didn't have to keep watching them. They just kept winning. Sam Houston does not look good, to put it mildly. San Diego State had a down year. Wonder if they can bounce back. They look okay. The offensive line is nothing to write home about. San Jose State was in a similar boat, but they've got themselves what looks to be a decent quarterback and running back. Good receivers, especially for like a G5 situation. The offensive line is pretty good. There was one situation there where I was like, ooh, but defense, again, some question of that secondary is good. Yeah, San Jose State should have bounced back this season, in my opinion. SMU also going to look to contend for Conference USA with Zach Douglas still there and only a junior. 96 speed running back. Good receivers to company and a tight end. The offensive line is over 80 across the board, which is very good. Good edge rusher there. Linebackers look fine. Secondary is good so far. No strong safeties, but they'll just put a free safety there, and that's fine. Yeah, SMU will also be contending for Conference USA. South Alabama, by contrast, will probably not be contending for their conference, that being the Sun Belt. They're in the Sun Belt West, but that really doesn't change much as I mean, James Madison just pretty much owned the conference, and now there might be a shifting dynamic, and I just don't think South Alabama's going to be a part of it. South Carolina's got a heck of a player there. Good quarterback in Devin Lindsay. Good running back. Wide receivers aren't quite it. Offensive line, not built for, I think, Power 5 contention, but James Carthen, very good. And he's just not surrounded by a great team. South Carolina probably won't have a good season. Just again, not super high on them. Southern Miss, I have no opinions on this team. They could go 4-8. They could go 9-3. None of it would surprise me. Here's a user, Stanford, led by Terrence Westbrook at quarterback. MJ Maxson, by the way, another one of those guys. He's just in the wrong archetype right now. So I'll go ahead and change his archetype in the position changes next off season. That's the only time I can do it. So he'll get fixed, not to worry. Good receivers. Tight end is going to work for you. The offensive line is not the worst. I mean, there's a little bit you could ask for there. I mean, last season was kind of the low point for Stanford, I feel like. They're going to try to do just a little bit better than that. And we'll call it a success. Again, one of these teams with just so many kickers and punters. Syracuse has got a quarterback to just keep adding to the division confusion and contention, I suppose. Of the ACC Atlantic, I should clarify. But other than that, I don't know why I'm scrolling through. Other than that, they don't really have that good of a team. But again, a good quarterback can occasionally win you a game. We'll see. Oh boy, TCU, led by Caleb Power these days. And they got a really good backup behind him for perhaps next season. And if not him, they have another. It's just, this QB room is so deep. John Gainwell is starting at running back, and he looks really good. Wide receiver, Trent Crutchfield, still there. He's elite. They only have a few wide receivers on the roster. I don't even know who Holy Doodoo was in reference to, but lots of tight ends on this team, and 93 leading that. The offensive line looks crazy good. Defensive line looks workable. They have a 99 offense, which makes sense. The defense is 94, which again looks like it makes more sense. Ollie Longlegs is still there. But yeah, TCU is going to be good again. And here it is, Pablo. Temple. Mohagan's your best player. Bubba Buckets looks to be the guy this season. We'll see what he can do for Temple. Malachi Sugar and Coda Biloxi going to be a decision to be made. Do you want your receiving back with limited speed but high strength to go, or do you want a little bit of a quicker guy? That is the question. Gaze Aruba. Julian Pickums. His archetype also probably should change. You can probably move this guy up the depth chart. He's a gadget wide receiver, which is just kind of not helping him out. If his throwing stats are bad, which they are, so he'll change in the offseason to something else. Dex Dynamo, 87 overall though. Ezio is still there. The offensive line is fine. They had the one weakness, but other than that, looks good. And Mohagan transferred 96 overall. That'll be fine. Artie Metzer as a sophomore is an 83, and Buzzsaw behind him just to round things out. Rusty Red is up there. Tycho Dorsey's coming in as an 80 as a freshman. Jet Montano. Rico Flavel moves over to linebacker from quarterback. Tom Mastro Giovanni, 87 overall as a junior. Sawyer Silver's in there. Just didn't turn out to be that good of a player, but he also might be in the wrong archetype, so we'll see. Lipton is your best player, Ace on the corners at least. Ace Riggs, and then Deshaun Corley. AJ Snag is down here at 4th. Bendo Spork comes in as an 87 for a freshman free safety. He is very good. Lando Peppers, 83 on the other side. Big Wiener just never turned out to be that good. Oryx Crowfoot, kind of the same thing. He's just not that good. And there is Temple, who's going to look to make a statement in the American North. We keep going with our users. Tennessee, they got Akeem Fatakasi. Perhaps they just don't have easy pronounced names on Tennessee's quarterbacks anymore, unless they go with Kawar Turbak. That is a decision to be made, not by me. So we'll see what they do. Or maybe go with Brockel. J.J. Zutter, running back. He's going to be pretty good for them. Wide receivers are all right. This is perhaps the worst Tennessee team we have seen in a while. And this is... we haven't seen Tennessee do very good, is what I'm trying to get at. Tennessee hasn't really broken out, and this might be their worst roster we've seen in a minute. So what does this mean for them? Will this be the season that everything turns around, actually? Maybe. What they needed was a worse roster. Let's go to your defending national champs, the Texas Longhorns, led by Miguel Calcaterra. And Jesse Martinez is a 96. This guy is not fair. 98 speed, 98 acceleration, 99 agility, 99 change of direction. Unbelievable. Wide receiver room, I guess, could be better. I mean, they lost a lot of talent, but they still have so much of it. That is a lot of very good right edges. Defensive tackles look good. We are not beating this team 2 seasons in a row, something tells me. They are very, very good here at Texas. And Texas A&M is just not quite there yet. Mateo Colombo, 93 overall. Moose McDuce, I thought I was going to start him, but, I didn't expect a step forward from Colombo like that. He went up like 4 or 5 overalls or something. Jaquan Boyce, 96, Scotty Shank, and then Tank McBride also in the mix. We'll probably redshirt McBride and let him ball out next year. Cole Surtain leads the receivers, which is an okay receiving room. Ben Sparks is in there, Gage Thunderwell, Joshua Cross, Bing Numbnut, a very CFCL heavy tight end room. Just not very great tight ends. I'm not scrolling through my own offensive linemen, but I'm too lazy to go back. Arlo Drubble is pretty good as a sophomore. Both sides of the line are, in fact. The defensive tackles are fine. Linebacker will be pretty good. And of course, here's the March Madness tournament. What do we need? This guy, he might actually transfer out immediately. Cornelius, corner 3. Didn't think about that, did I? Corner room is fine. Pogo Stickley leads the free safeties as a freshman, and Braylon Bronze the strong safeties as a freshman. Man, my voice is starting to go out here. I haven't done this in a while. Non-stop talking for an hour and 13 minutes. Good quarterback for Texas Tech and a running back. Hold on, Texas Tech. Are you trying to make a statement? They have a 90 overall quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. And some good ones to follow him. The offensive line is okay. Defense is fine so far. Does the secondary have what it takes to hold it together? Maybe. Okay. Texas Tech might be okay. They might make a bowl game. We'll see what they can do. Rodney Redcoat, another one of those guys, just by the way. But this team now led by Ryan Day at head coach. That's the interesting thing. Shaq Wampers is there. Can Ryan Day take Toledo to the top? Okay, Troy is up. Good quarterback. Good running back. Yeah. Troy might be hooping, guys. Is Troy back with the fall of James Madison to the, well, I guess the rise of James Madison to the American? I meant falling out of, away from the sun. I don't know. They're gone. Does Troy resurge? They might. He's a pretty good team. Oh, Tulane. Trying to upset somebody at some point. Tulane is an unpredictable program, and I don't have much to say about them. They might be good, they might be bad, they might be okay. No opinions. Tulsa, I would love to see Tulsa ball out again. It's very funny when they do. Bo. Shout at this guy. They don't have Zeke Ripsaw, which is unlucky. They still do have Jed O'Malley. UAB. Do we have any UAB fans? Nope. Definitely not. Got a good corner. UCF, welcome to the CFCL. We'll see what they can do. They got 2 options at quarterback this season. Which will they go? Oh, this is a pure runner, so probably not Courtney Shaver. I'm assuming we'll see Duke Trainer. Unless maybe like Jalen John stands out. I have no idea. He's got better accuracy. We'll see what they decide to do. Quintron Mongoose. 81 speed is Jabu Wusu. So I would probably start Mongoose. But we'll see. Again, not my decision. But there is some moves being made for UCF in the American South. And they're probably going to start making an impact because they got themselves a tight end. Oof, that's not good. They brought in some transfers. They are immediately headed in the right direction. They will just have to go head to head with James Madison with what seems to be a pretty well put together G5 roster. Bucky Biscuits leading the free safety room. So we'll see what they can put together in season 1 under the new coach, I suppose. UCLA, same story every season. Preseason top 25, decent quarterback, and then they just don't put it all together. Tavares Truin, though, he's going to do everything he can. 99 speed, 98 acceleration, dangerous guy. I don't know that UCLA will ever get over that 8-4 hump. They are an 8-win team. They're perpetually 8-4. They got some good pieces. It just never works out. UConn. Oh, UConn. What do you have for me? Pretty solid team, actually. I don't hate this squad. I mean, UConn did pretty good last season too, right? So that actually doesn't shock me. But they look pretty good because I'm pretty sure they just had a pretty decent season, and they probably will again. And ULM, new user here at ULM, led by Rashad Briscoe, 90 overall. Good running backs. Very deep receiver room, even if they're not the best players towards the bottom there. There's some pretty good teams in Conference USA now. It's not the gutter that it once was. So we'll see. But they have some pieces. ULM could make some noise. We'll just have to see what all they can do. UMass, I'm not even going to go through this team like I would most users because Moss does not count as a user coach. At this point, not real. But this is a much better UMass team than last season's. Last season's UMass team was horrible. And this one actually does not look that bad. I won't lie. Yeah, not in the slightest. I don't know why you have 4 punters, but honestly, not that bad of a squad. UNLV coach McGritty. Major Wing looks to be the guy this season, unless he decides to start Malachi Whipple, even though his overall is low. Again, his archetype will change in the offseason and his overall will shoot up. I don't know to what, but it will go up. He's just not designed to be a pure runner. Anyway, so it's either probably Major Wing or if he takes the chance on Malachi Whipple. Etheridge is the starting running back after the departure of Colt Ranger, who honestly wasn't that good. Caden Paradise was a crazy player for them. Of course, they did lose Monty McCreamy to the portal, who I have no idea where he went. I looked for him for a little bit and couldn't find him. Vinny DeVincenzo is there. See, Warren Mintz is now starting for USC, another 99 overall team. So we got 4 this season: Georgia, Miami, Michigan, and USC so far. Lane Bonecutter also there to ride the bench behind him, but he'll probably be around next season. So maybe Bonecutter will be the guy for USC next year. Diego Weaver Jr. is a 90 overall. He's from the Discovery map. Let's see. Is this Michael Jackson? There he is, the 6'7", 313-pound receiver. Also on the squad. Very good team for USC. Unsurprisingly, I suppose, they have a 99 overall guy. Oh, we froze a little bit here. I don't know if I would call USC my title favorite, but they're up there, man. They are definitely up there. It's going to be tough. I have no idea what to expect. USF, they got themselves a coach now, too. Randy Cantrell is the go-to guy. USF versus UCF versus James Madison. Going to be quite the... I don't want to say... I mean, I guess it could be a 3-way rivalry. But of course, this team made the ACC or AAC championship. I should just call it the American championship last season. The only reason I don't call it the American all the time is because then when you're like talking about like, oh, this guy's all SEC, this guy's all Big 12, like they make the all conference team, then what do you call this? The all American team? No, at that point you want to call it the all AAC or the all American Athletic or whatever, because there's already all Americans, you know. Utah no longer a user coach, but Fisher Spriggs, he's developing. Shout out Fisher Spriggs. And he's got Tavares Dell to throw to. We'll see how that goes. Utah had a little bit of noise this past season. They're still not great. They haven't recovered. I don't know what it would take for them to recover. But maybe we'll see something from Utah one of these days. Utah State is a very low overall team. But I saw some high overall players, so we'll go ahead and see if we can find some of them. Or maybe I was insane and wrong. Yeah, 85 overall. It was the 99 speed, I think, that I got caught up on. Not a great squad here for Utah State. UTEP in a similar boat, I imagine, top to bottom, where they just don't really have that impact kind of player or players if you're hopeful, I suppose. You want a 90 overall guy to tie your team together in the G5. Or, I mean, you could be UTSA and just have a ton of 85s. That works too. Baraka Hart, the pure runner quarterback, still doing his thing. I guess he's bad. He's very bad. I would not start him. Give me Earl Cornell instead. 68 short accuracy. Are we serious? Whatever. Get Howard on this. You got really good receivers. If they didn't have that quarterback, I might say that UTSA is another American team to watch. But that will never work. Vanderbilt. Oh, we're so close to the end, guys. This is so much faster than before. Just by doing it. Kenyon Quick is there for Vanderbilt. Yeah, it's just, this team is always going to struggle until somebody comes in and takes over, I think, especially just with their depth. Virginia, I looked over, I think, a little bit ago, and they look bad, you guys. Like, the receivers are bad. Tight end is fine. Offensive line is, I guess, could be worse. Defensive line is fine. Honestly, yeah. Maybe I was thinking too low. It's not that terrible of a team, but they're not going to compete in the Power 5. Virginia Tech's got themselves a coach. Shout out Rashad Dubes or Dobbs. I have no idea how to pronounce that. He's a 92 speed guy. That's pretty fast. They got themselves a coach now who's trying to turn them around. He might not have any idea how football works, but that's okay. Tug Rambo is just buried in this depth chart. The offensive line is leaving some to be desired. But some good linebackers. 99 overall, Stephen Harris. Bingo, bango, bongo there as well. Four kickers, two punters, just the way we like it. Wake Forest, we'll go through real quick. This team is not probably making an ACC run this year. They just haven't kept up with the times. But once upon a time, Wake Forest was somebody. I mean, they still got some good pieces, honestly. But they're just surrounded by teams that outclass them. Washington. Do I have high hopes for Washington? I don't know. Ruben Stingley comes in and passes up Bo Callahan. So Bo Callahan not starting this year. But Ruben Stingley looks very good. He looks very good. And we'll see what he can do for them. I truly believe Washington has a chance. Duck, duck, goose. Give Duck, duck, goose the ball. The offensive line is definitely manageable. Defensive line, there's 75, which isn't great. But wow, that's a very good position. Okay. Yeah, Washington might put up a fight against Oregon this year. We'll see. Oregon kind of claims that division these days, but Washington going to look to knock them down a peg. Washington State's also got a quarterback. Man, these teams that just have one good quarterback and nothing else, they got Roman Caesar, though. But when they have these good quarterbacks, like, you don't know what they could do. Look at Kansas State, man. Kansas State was like a 78 overall team, 77 maybe, and they went to the playoff, because they had a very good quarterback. He was a 98 overall, so this is not quite the same 93 for Levi Bolin, but still, it's on the table. West Virginia, of course, has got a coach. They don't have a quarterback. Oh, man. Blakey was not watching his QB room too closely, I guess, when it came to the portal, as his starting quarterback is a 69 overall. that is an immediate problem. They did lose their Colby Bitzel to Georgia in the portal, and he has good receivers at that, and they just won't be able to throw to them. Oh, because like you can even go down here. Frito Bandito, he's in the wrong possession or the wrong archetype, but he's going to be good. Disco McCoy, he's going to develop. He's an 81 overall as a freshman. You know they're going to have a team here, but they need to get a quarterback this recruiting class for sure. The offensive line is good though. It's just, man, Quavo War. There's a guy. But man, that I cannot get over that. Here's Freddie Frankfurter, the former #1 guy in the class from last season. He was an athlete and ends up playing linebacker for West Virginia. Rolo Drips, they got a good kicker, really good kicker, in fact. And we got just a few more teams, you guys. Western Kentucky. I don't have much to say about them. Ty Pendragon plays tight end for them. There's that. Western Michigan, same thing. They had a user coach, and then he said that this is not fun. His words. Wisconsin, they'll have a chance here. Wisconsin's got a pretty good team. 93 overall quarterback. But the receivers we'll look at. Taz Rumble. Shout out Taz Rumble. He's a guy. But anyway, Devin Smoker is who I was talking about. He's going to be very good. The offensive line is good. Defensive line is going to work for them. And everything else is at least fine. Yeah, Wisconsin's going to be around for sure. And here's your last team, Wyoming, the team that went 13-0 and finished 14-0, in fact, but didn't even make the playoff. Led by Juno Haddix, the CFCL quarterback. We'll see if they can do it again, I guess. That is the question. Can Wyoming run it back? They had a miracle of a year. They didn't really lose that much. As far as I recall, they did lose one running back, but I think they got another one that's going to be good. So, and that is it. So we go to the top player. Oh, that's Air Force. Say top players in the country. You got just a handful of 99 overalls. You got Penn State's right tackle, USC's middle linebacker, Virginia Tech's will linebacker, Michigan's middle linebacker, North Carolina's corner, Dean Calhoun, and then George Mechie at Rice. Those are the 99s this season. There's 6 of them to start the season. So I guess we'll see. Otherwise, thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. I suppose at about an hour and 34 minutes total in the rosters. Let me go ahead and end the recording.